Hey, girlfriend, I see you. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. This looks good. But you could have made it so much longer. I wasn't expecting a really small book. But but it's good. I had the hiccups all of a sudden, and I don't know why. It's driving me crazy. Oh, are you nervous? I have a grandson named. Yes, don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. I read chapter. I read all the way up to chapter. Excuse me. I read all the way up to chapter 9 the other night. It's a good book. You did good. You did good. But I wasn't. I just wasn't expecting it to be that short. Ooh. I keep losing all my squishies. I need. I need a nanner for here. Okay, good. Because I was like reading this, and I was like, wait a minute, where am I at? I was like already on chapter 7 or something. I was like, dang. Yeah, you could totally fill in a bunch of that in between there, and but it's good like it is. I mean, it's not. There's nothing wrong. I just was expecting it to be longer. A little bit early tonight, so the girls aren't on here yet. I was afraid I was going to get caught up in what I was doing and forget the time, so I had to. I came on in here. So, are you able to work from home, or what? Are you able to work? Period. I'm able to work from home. Thank you, Jesus. But whew, I'm loving it too. You just leave me here. Stay at home mom. You are working your fanny off. Good gracious, these hiccups. This is gonna be good. Me going every time I go to read. I told Nina and Vincy they need to get their toys out tonight because it was going to be a good book. Oh, wait. Did Let me ask you a question. Did you subscribe so that you could comment on this? Because I'm still trying to figure it out. A lot of people say they can't comment, and I think it's because they're not subscribing. I'm just guessing. I'm still learning this, so. Oh. All right, girls, be on here anytime now. Use already subscribed. Okay. I'm trying to figure out why some people can comment, some people can't, and I think it's because you have to be subscribed to my channel in order to comment. I think that's how that works. But everybody comes over here and then they don't comment. I just see numbers up there like there's 2 people here now, which means there's somebody besides you on here. I don't know who it is. Because nobody will comment or they won't subscribe, so they can comment. Okay, I thought so. You can have her if you want to. Let me borrow every now and then, but then you can have her. Yeah, Nina's pretty cool. She got a new fur baby driving her crazy right now. I'm having a ball with that. He's dragging her mini me all over the place. I wish there was some way I could see. Don't do that. I don't know. She usually is. Vincey's usually here by now for sure. Vincey's usually the first one on. There she is. Hey, Vincey Lou Who. You the third person here tonight. April Beachy. And I don't know who's the other mystery person. Can't get them to comment. Where's Nina? A few more minutes. Yay! Don't you miss them babies? I miss mine so bad. I grew up on the Appalachian Mountain, April. Only I grew up on the south end of it. I grew up on Lookout Mountain, which is the last mountain, which is the most southern mountain in the chain. Right now, where the Appalachian meets the Cumberland Plateau. Pretty cool. All right, Nina. Where you at, sister? That's awesome. That I don't know. That might make me feel worse. That would. I don't know. Where is you? Oh, God. MCs are my favorite. Oh, love MCs. Isn't that where this one is based? Monson. Is that where you're from, April? Guess I'm pretty bad. I don't. There you are. Was waiting on you, sister. You's about to run out of time. All right. Is everybody ready? Looks like it's just going to be you three. I lost one somewhere along the line. Okay. Oh, you're in Indiana. Okay. You were just talking about that little town, and I thought maybe you were from that area or something. Okay. So we got another one. Let's get back on here. So this one's called Jase. Look at that. You guys can't really tell, but see this blue right here? That's a dragon behind him, and it's gorgeous. Love that dragon. Never knew dragons could be so freaking sexy. I do love my MCs. Nina, I got my ice pack, by the way. Whew. Ugh. Okay. So, Appalachian Dragons, Book 1. And this is going to be read with some of that Southern Appalachian talk because I can't do that Northern Appalachian talk. Prologue. Jase McKenzie, a dragon shifter and alpha by birth, has separated himself from his clan. He doesn't want to take his place on the throne and decides to move to Maine to live in the mountains. Solitude. That worked out pretty good, didn't it? Solitude is the only thing he wants until he happens upon the beautiful Angel Leary when she gets into a car accident on his side of the mountain. His dragon recognizes his mate, but Jase doesn't want one. Angel Leary works at the local law office in Lebanon, Kentucky. While working a case, she finds out that her husband is part of the mob. Running from her abusive and dangerous husband, she decides to head to Maine to hide out. What she didn't expect was her husband hiring someone to kill her. A car accident leaves her stranded in the mountains with nowhere to go when a sexy stranger shows up to save her. His cool demeanor should push her away, but it doesn't. She wants him and has no idea why. Will Jase accept his maid and by doing so protect her? And will Angel trust Jase enough to love him? Chapter 1, Angel. I didn't know that my own husband would be involved in the mob, Penny. I didn't find out until I started this case, I exclaimed. You need to leave. Go to Maine and visit with your family until this is over. He's already abusive. You don't know what else he's capable of. I met Jake in college. He was smart and funny and sexy as hell. We clicked and started dating. In our 3rd year, he asked me to marry him. I said yes, and we were married a year later. When I decided to take on the job here at Everett, he got upset and told me I didn't need a job. I should have known things would get worse. He started controlling everything I did. I couldn't hang out with my friends or see my family. Then came the abuse. I had black eyes, busted lips, and broken bones. But I was too scared to leave. I think Penny is right. I don't know what he's capable of. I'll need to go home and pack, but I need to lose his detail on me. He thinks I haven't noticed, I say. Let me take care of him. You just go, Penny says. She stands up and walks toward the guy that's been following me. Penny has always been the flirty one. Once she has his attention, I get up and start walking towards the door. I look back and notice I can't see either of them, so I walk out of the law office and toward my car. I get in and leave. I pull into my drive and get out. I head towards my door and unlock it. Once inside, I head to my bedroom and start grabbing bras, underwear, pants, socks, and shirts to put in one duffel bag. On the other, I put my razors, shampoos, conditioner, and all the other toiletries I think I might need. Once my bags are packed, I leave my bedroom and head towards the front door. This house has good and bad memories. Once where I lived a life of seclusion and putting up with a man who never loved me. He just loved the thought of having me, to do as he pleased with. I open the door to leave and walk toward my car. I place my bags in the trunk, get in, and leave. I don't bother looking back because this was never my home. My life is going to be in Maine. Chapter 2, Jase. Leaving Colorado was for the best. I don't want to be on the throne. Never have. I love flying at night. It gives me time to think, and the scenery isn't bad. The plan when I get to Maine is to find somewhere in the mountains to build my new home and enjoy my solitude. I'll land in the Appalachian Mountains near Monson in Maine. It's part of the Appalachian Trail in the state forest here. It's secluded now, but in the warmer seasons, there will be tourists walking the trail. Why did you follow me, Joel? I ask. Joel is my twin brother. He and I got into an argument before I left. He probably followed me to get me to change my mind. I think you should change your mind. What are you going to do up in these mountains? He asked. I glare at him and say, I'm not going back. You are the next in line. You take it. I came here to get away. Why must people always bug me? I just want to be left alone. Being the king isn't for me. I don't want the responsibility of leading hundreds of dragons. I don't want that kind of power. Power ruins your soul, Joel says angrily. Fine, but I'm not responsible for what the others will do since you broke the law and took off. It's my decision, not theirs. I'm tired of people trying to control me. Let them come, Joel. I don't give a fuck, I growl out angrily. I pick up the nearest rock to me and I throw it at his head. He ducks and turns into his blue dragon form and flies off. He just doesn't understand. Things have always been handed to me. I want to work and live as other people do. I start looking for trees that will be perfect for my cabin, and I get to work. This will take at least a few days to build, but I have plenty of time. How far far do you want me to read? I'm not going to read the whole thing unless you tell me to, but how far do you want me to just go on my own and stop at a good stopping point like I normally do with my reads, or what? It's totally up to you. Just let me know. Chapter 3, Angel. I can't believe I have to uproot my life. I've been to Maine a couple of times to visit my family, but never imagined living there. I'm brought out of my thought by my phone ringing. Hello, I answer. Thought you could get away, huh? Jake asked. I knew I should have turned my phone off or changed the number. Nina can want in one hand and whatever in the other. It's over, Jake. I'm done being abused and controlled, I tell him. This is far from over, Angel. You will know soon enough what happens when you leave, he screams. I hang up the phone and throw it on the seat next to me. I'm glad that I left, but I'm scared shitless wondering what he meant by that. I just passed a sign that says I'm 5 miles from Monson. I look behind me and a car is coming towards me too fast. I speed up a little to get away, but it's too late. The car behind me hits my bumper, causing me to lose control of my car. The road is paved with ice, making it hard for me to keep control of my car. I try to get the steering wheel to turn the other way, but I'm not strong enough. I look up and see that my car is speeding towards the trees. It's dark out, so I can't really make them out. All I know is they're huge. I try to step on the brakes, but they don't work. I look back up as my car hits a tree, and all I see is blackness. I come to, and I realize I'm not in my car. I sit up and notice I'm in a cabin, and it's nice and warm. I hear a shuffling sound and turn around to see the most gorgeous man I have ever seen. Tall, maybe 6 feet, brown hair, brown eyes with gold specks, bulging muscles, and a six-pack. I must have bumped my head harder than I thought because you don't see men like this every day. But something about him is pulling me towards him. This man saved my life. Chapter 4. You want me to read all of it? I don't have a problem with it. It won't take me that long. Happy, Nina? Chapter 4, Jase. The woman in front of me is a vision. Ivory skin, brown wavy hair, gray eyes, and an athletic build. My dragon knows she's our mate. All I want to do is drive my cock so far inside of her that she forgets all other men before me. Make her come and scream out my name. I came here to get away, not to think about sexy women. I come up on your car while I was out walking. I brought you here because you would have frozen to death, I say. She continues staring for a minute, then shakes her head as if coming out of a trance. It's the pull she has to me. Until we mate, that will continue to happen, but I'm not going to do it. Thank you for saving me. I need to get back to my car and find a way to my parents' house, she says. We can't leave right now. It's getting colder and a storm is heading in. We will be stuck here for a little bit, I explain. She doesn't seem to like my answer because her face gets red and her fists are clenched. She's definitely got some fire in her. I can't stay here. I need to go, she screams at me. She doesn't know who I am. No one has ever talked to me like that. Most are intimidated by me, but not this little minx. Guys are brats. Want to tell me how you ended up in an accident? I ask. No, No, I don't want to tell you. I want to leave, she seethes. Okay, I think it's time to control this woman before she pisses me off and I punish her little ass. Let me tell you something, sweetheart. You can't go anywhere. We will be snowed in. You might as well get comfortable. I growl. She looks down at the floor and starts fidgeting with her hands, then sits back down on the couch. Good. She needs to know who is in charge. How about I make us something to eat? You must be hungry. I know I am. I'm Jase. Nice to meet you, I say. I head to the kitchen and start gathering things to make dinner. I'm thinking lasagna. It should last us a couple of days. With the snowstorm coming in, we could be stuck together for a few days. I just hope whoever she's afraid of didn't follow us. I don't want to have to kill somebody. Chapter 5. Angel. I don't know who this guy is, but he can't make me stay here. The first chance I have, I'm out of here. My name is Angel, by the way, I yell out. He's in the kitchen making our food. My stomach rumbles. I haven't eaten since yesterday afternoon. He yells from the kitchen. Nice to meet you, Angel. I yell back. Nice to meet you, too. Jase is a nice name, I think. My grandson's Jase. I just need to figure out why I'm so drawn to him. I don't need some knight in shiny armor swooping in and telling me what to do. I've already had this done. That's why I'm on the run in the first place. I hear rustling coming from the kitchen, so I get up and walk towards it. Maybe he needs some help. I walk up to the counter, and he has the fixings of a salad laid out. Do you need help? I ask. He stops what he's doing on the stove and turns around to look at me. He's gorgeous. If you want, you can make the salad, he says. I nod and grab the lettuce. I pick up the knife sitting next to it and start chopping it up. When I finish that, I slice the tomatoes. After I'm finished with that, I grab the salad bowl and put in the lettuce and tomatoes. The last 3 ingredients to go in is cheese and diced ham. The salad is finished. I'll put it in the refrigerator, I tell him. He nods and continues with what he's doing. I walk over and peer over his shoulder. He's making garlic bread. Homemade. He turns his head and looks at me. His plump lips are inches away from mine. What would it feel like to have them on mine? It's crazy that I'm having thoughts like this. I shake my head to clear the thoughts away. I can't be doing this. I clear my throat and ask, how much longer until the food is done? He finishes the garlic bread and turns toward me. Another 30 minutes for the lasagna. I'll put the bread in 5 minutes before it's done. What am I going to do for the next 30 minutes? I could ask him questions and get to know him better. Where are you from? I ask. His body tenses and he lets out a breath. Then he looks at me again. It's like he doesn't want to tell me. I'm from Colorado. I came here to get away from my family, he replies. I know the feeling all too much. I'm running from my husband. Why are you running for your family? Are they really that bad? I ask. His eyes cloud over and he gets this look on his face like he doesn't want to talk about it. My family can be a bit overbearing. I came here because I want to be left alone. I don't like people trying to ruin my life, he replies. I nod and look down at the floor. My life has been nothing but someone controlling what I do. We have a lot in common. He turns back to the stove and puts the garlic bread in. His ass is phenomenal. I could stare at it all day. He had turned around at some point in time because he's looking at me with a smirk on his face. Damn it, he caught me staring. I blush and look away. Like what you see, beautiful? He asks. I stare up at him. He still has that damn smirk on his face. I can see the amusement dancing in his eyes. I've seen better, I throw back at him. The smirk on his face grows. He goes to say something, but the buzzer goes off on the oven. He turns back and takes out the lasagna and bread. He places the garlic bread on a plate. When he's done with that, he walks over and places both on the table. Sit and eat. I can hear your stomach rumbling, he says. I'm not going to argue with him. I sit down and start dishing out my food. I pick up my fork and dig in. I put the first bite of lasagna in my mouth, and oh my God, it's delicious. Best I've ever had. This is delicious. Thank you, I say. I look up and he's staring at me. His eyes have taken a golden glow. They're beautiful. I can't help but stare. He looks down and starts eating his own food. You're welcome. I got the recipe from my mother, he replies. We continue eating our meal in silence. Sexy and he can cook. Maybe this won't be so bad after all. I feel safe with him, like no one can hurt me. Hopefully, the person that ran me off the road is gone. I have a feeling that my ex husband had something to do with this. Come on. I hate it when it won't change. Okay. Chapter 6. Sure. Wait. Okay. Jase. She is perfect, but I sense something is wrong. I need to tell her what I am, and I need to know what's going on.
This internet connection isn't strong enough at the moment.
I don't know who said that. You guys still hearing me okay over there? I need to tell her what I am, and I need to know what's going on. I know I don't want to mate, but I can't resist the pull she has on me. I need you to listen to me. There's something about me that you need to know, I say. She sets her fork down and looks up at me. Her eyes are beautiful. Go ahead. I'm done eating anyways, she replies nervously. How do I tell her about my inner beast? That I'm not completely human. I've never felt this way about anyone, certainly not enough to tell my secret to. But she's my mate and she deserves to know. With dragons, when you find your mate, the pull is stronger because they are your soul mates. With other shifters, they are merely mates. I'm not exactly human. I'm a dragon shifter. I can turn from a human to a dragon, I tell her. I sit and wait for her to answer. This is a lot to take in. It's not every day that you meet a dragon shifter. We live secluded lives. You're what? She squeals. I take her hand in mine. I don't want her to be afraid of me. I can shift into a dragon. We're called shifters. It's easier if I just show you, I tell her. I hold out my hand and she places hers in mine. She may change her mind after this, but at least I didn't hide it. I open the door and we walk outside. It's freezing out here, so I need to make this quick. What are we doing out here, Jase? She asks. I close my eyes and concentrate on my dragon. He's been wanting out for a while, but I didn't want to scare her even more. The bones in my body start cracking and reshaping themselves. My dragon's wings sprout out of my back, shredding my clothes in the process, and I grow a tail. Next, my jaw and face elongate. I grow sharp teeth after a couple of minutes. I'm standing in front of her as a 9-foot blue dragon. Wow, you're beautiful, she says. She walks towards me and slowly puts her hand on my dragon's chest. I bring my head down so I'm face to face with her. She stares into my eyes and brings her hand up to run it along my cheek. We stand like this for a few minutes, then I close my eyes and picture my human form. Within seconds, I'm standing in front of her as a human, naked human. Now you've seen my dragon. Know that he would never hurt you. He will protect you. I will protect you, I tell her. She is my mate. I will protect and love her, even though I don't want a mate. Fate gave me one. We were imprinted on each other since the moment we were both born, our souls brought together as one. Chapter 7, Angel. I can't believe that I just saw a dragon shifter. I've seen shifters before, but not one like this. I didn't think they even existed. Shifters have been coming out a little at a time over the years. That was amazing, I exclaimed. He is a powerful specimen of a man. Just looking at him gets me wet. I need him, but I'm afraid of getting hurt again. That won't be enough in his eyes. That I won't be enough in his eyes. I need you, Jase. Please, I plead. My feelings for him should scare me, but they don't. I will have this magnificent man in front of me. You need to know what's going to happen, what's going on first. Oh, wait a minute. You need to know what's going on first. I'm a lawyer from Kentucky. I was put on a case that involves my husband and the mob. I ran, and since I left him, he sent someone to kill me. That's why I ended up in the trees, I explained. I don't know why I need to explain this to him. We are practically strangers, but something about him makes me want to. I will protect you, Angel. Later, you need to tell me everything so I'm not in the dark, he tells me. I don't know who moves first, but our bodies collide, and he takes my mouth in a hot, demanding kiss. His tongue duels with mine in a dance made only for us. I groan deep in my throat, and he tilts my head to take the kiss deeper. He's sin wrapped up in a sexy, delicious package. I pull back and look at him. He's everything I've ever wanted in a man. I just hope we can survive long enough to live our lives together. But no matter what happens, I'm his. Chapter 8, Jase. I need her more than I've ever needed someone before. My dragon is at the surface and is wanting to take her as our mate. I need you, Angel. When I take you, know that you will be mine, I growl. She needs to know that my dragon is in control, that I won't hold back. I want you, Jase. Take me, she says. I pull her in close to me and I twirl my fingers into her black curly hair. Need consumes me and I feel like I might burst at any moment. My golden eyes are trained on the pulse in her neck. It's erratic, so I know she's feeling the same thing with me. I need to get in. I need to get us inside. I pick her up and she wraps her legs around my waist. I carry her into the house and slowly drop her to the ground. Her eyes are dilated, full of desire and want. Are you ready, Angel? This is going to be quick because I need you too much. Her throat bobs and she nods her head. A low, rasping growl sounds deep in my throat as I take her lips with mine. She groans and it makes my cock harder. Energy like wildfire consumes me as I devour her moans. My fingers dig into her scalp, hard enough to leave marks. These feelings I have for her run deep. I hike her up onto the island and she wraps her legs around my waist. Desire spikes as I feel her wet pussy on my hard cock. I push her dress up around her waist until my fingers graze her soaking wet panties. I'm going to take you now, Angel, I grind out. My fingers hook around her panties and pull them down for her long, lean legs. My gaze locks onto hers, holding me prisoner. Once I remove her panties, I shove them into my pocket. She looks at me and says, "Those are mine, you know." I, I'm keeping them, so I'll always have her scent with me. It may be perverse, but I don't give a shit. You don't need them, I declare. I grab her legs and spread them wide until my mouth aligns with her pussy. Damn, you're soaking wet, baby. No, no, never bothered me. I do have a question though. What pocket did he put them panties in if he was naked? Just curious. You might want to edit that or do something. I don't know. It's one of those things I do all the time. Sorry. I grab her legs and spread them wide until my mouth aligns with her pussy. Damn, you're soaking wet, baby. I dive straight for her clit, sucking, kissing, and nibbling until she's squirming underneath me. I groan at the taste of her, like like sweet like honey. Her head falls back and she grabs a handful of my hair and pulls. She guides me to where she wants me. I lick and suck until she tightens up and she orgasms. I can feel her legs trembling as her orgasm subsides. Her back hits the island and she tries to catch her breath. I rub my teeth against her clit and she almost lifts up off the countertop. Jase, don't! I can't take any more. But her words die as I thrust two of my fingers into her wet channel. Her body trembles and she whimpers. She releases again, and I pull my fingers out into my mouth. Her taste explodes on my tongue, and it's hard to stop myself from coming from that alone. I grab her thighs and pull her closer to the edge of the island. Her eyes roll back as my hard cock touches her sensitive pussy. I want to get high on your sexy moans. I want to show you how much you mean to me. When I'm done, all of you will be mine, he growls. Her hands move to unfasten my pants. Once she has them undone, she pushes them down until my stiff, hard cock flops out. I position myself at her entrance and slowly ease into her tight, wet pussy. I hold her gaze as I push inch by inch of my hard cock into her. Jase! Her eyes roll back into her head, and I feel her walls clench on my cock. You feel divine, sweetheart, I cried out. I pull out and plunge back in, hitting the spot that has her arching up into me. With every thrust, my body hums and tightens. Her body trembles and she moans. Her orgasm is right there. Come for me now, I demand. Her control breaks and she comes. She explodes, and it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I come not long after her, and I collapse on top of her. Her loose limbs slide from my waist. I'm spent and I know she's tired. Let's get you to bed. You need to sleep, I say. I pick her up in my arms and carry her upstairs to my room. She fits perfectly, snuggled in my arms. She's fallen asleep and she looks at peace. I enter my room and walk over to the bed and lay her down on top of it. She's meant to be here. I walk around the bed and lay down on my side. I grab her and pull her into my arms and kiss the top of her head. Go to sleep, baby girl. I got you, I tell her. Her eyes close and her breathing evens out. This woman is now mine, my mate. I don't know why I fought the pull. It was inevitable that I would give myself to her. My eyes close and I fall asleep right after her. Chapter 9, Angel. I wake to the sun shining through the window. I yawn and try to stretch, but I can't. I look down and Jason's arm is draped over me. I need to pee, so I slowly move his arm off of me. Once I'm able to, I get up and head to the bathroom. Last night was incredible. He made me feel things that I haven't before, and he knew just how to do it. My body felt like it was on fire and he gave me pleasure that is unimaginable. It's only been a day and he's practically a stranger, but I love him. I stand up and flush. I make my way to the sink and wash my hands and face. I then walk back out to the bedroom. Jason's up and getting dressed. I can stand here and watch him all day. He's got muscles everywhere and a six pack. Tattoos on his arms and chest. His shoulders are broad. I walk over to him and wrap my arms around his waist. He puts his arms around me and pulls me close. I love the feeling of being in his arms. I'm safe. I bring my head up and kiss him. He's delicious. My tongue duels with his. I want more, but we have the stuff to talk about. I sigh and pull back from the kiss. I look into his eyes. I see the want and desire and love. Do I dare think he feels what I feel? Good morning, I say. He pushes my hair out of my face and says, Good morning, beautiful. Want some coffee? I was getting ready to make some, I ask. He nods his head yes and finishes dressing. When he's finished, we leave his bedroom and head downstairs. I walk into the kitchen and start making coffee while Jase goes outside. When I'm done, I walk into the living room and sit on the couch. I hear footsteps enter the house, so I turn around and look, assuming it's Jase. But it's not. I don't know who this is. I scream and run toward the stairs, but I don't make it. The man grabs me and knocks me to the ground. I flail and try to get him off me. He's too strong. Before long, I stop struggling because I'm tired. Where is Jase? Who are you and where is Jase? I ask nervously. I really hope he's okay. If he isn't, I have no chance of surviving this. I just hope he can find me. I think this guy was hired by my husband. Don't worry about your lover boy. He won't be saving you, the man says. Tears start running down my face. The man killed Jase, and I'll never see him again. Why didn't I tell him I loved him when I had the chance? Now I'll be back in the same room with a guy I thought was a good guy, but wasn't. Don't worry. Jake has a special plan for you, the man taunts. I start struggling and bucking, but no use. I can't get him off me. The man brings a rag to my nose, and the next thing I know, all I see is darkness. Chapter 10, Jase. I come to with a pounding head. The last thing I remember is walking down the porch stairs. I look around and see nothing. I stand up and walk to the cabin. Angel, where are you, baby? I call out. There's no answer, so I start calling out her name and searching the cabin. After looking around, I know that someone took her. Damn it, I shouldn't have gone outside. I should have protected her. I know who took her, and I will get her back. Her husband will pay for taking my mate. I need to get a hold of my brother. I'm going to need help. After an hour of waiting, he finally shows up. It's about time, dude. I needed you a half hour ago, I seethe. He stands there looking at me like I've grown a second head. Maybe I have, but Angel's life is hanging in the balance. Sorry, man. What's gotten up your ass? Joel asked. It's time to tell him about Angel. I really didn't want to because I don't want to hear, I told you so. Someone knocked me out and kidnapped my mate, Angel, I explained. The look on his face is priceless. His eyes have gone wide and his mouth is hanging open. He's surprised by my admission. I've always been adamant about not wanting a mate, and now I have one. Joe puts his hand up and asks, Wait, what? A mate? You have a mate? Yes. Yes, I have a mate, numbnuts. And she's kidnapped by someone hired by her husband, I explained. I can't believe that I didn't sense the guy. My brain has been on Angel's tight pussy and sexy ass body. What's the plan, brother? Joel asked. Joel has never been one to jump into situations like this, but I'm his brother. Family comes first. Since we're mated, I can follow our bond link. Hopefully he didn't take her too far away, I tell him. Even though she's still human, there's a link. He nods, and we both shift into our blue dragon forms. We take off into the sky, heading towards Kentucky. I will find her, and they will pay dearly. Well, I'm trying to make the brothers sound close to like since they're twins, because twins usually sound pretty close. But I'm trying to put just a little bit of a different effect on them just so they'll be different. Angel, chapter 11. I slowly open my eyes, my vision is blurry, and my head feels groggy. The last thing I remember is some guy holding me down on the floor. I sit up and look around. I'm in the old bedroom that I shared with Jake. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be back in I want to be back in Jase's arms again. Or Jase's arms safe. I make up words to go along with this too, by the way, April. Sorry. I hear the door open and I turn my head in that direction. Jake comes walking in. I can't stand the sight of him. His constant abuse and breaking the law made me hate him. I once loved him, but not anymore. I have a man that loves me and will find me. Then this bastard will pay. I see you're alert and awake, Jake says. He's standing there with a smile on his face like he's just won the lottery. Smug asshole. What do you want? I ask. Looks like I'll be here for a while. Might as well keep him calm. I've been through enough with him. You thought you could run, but I have friends in high places. It wasn't hard to hire someone to bring you back. I told you what would happen if you ever tried to leave, he screams. He's pissed. I know what's coming next. He raises his fist and hits me. I feel the impact and it knocks my head back. My eye is probably swelling and my lip is busted, open and bleeding. I feel the tears running down my face. How did I ever think I could ever get away from him? He's a monster, and monsters don't like to lose. I just hope Jase can find me before Jake kills me. You need to let me go, Jake. It's over between us. Has been for a while, I say. I feel another punch, this time to my stomach. It knocks the wind out of me, and I fall to the bed. I curl up in the fetal position to help with the pain. I must have been lying here staring into space for a while because Jake is gone. I blocked everything out except for thoughts of Jase. I try to sit up, but I'm in too much pain. My head and face hurt, and the contents of my stomach want to come back up. All my life, all I wanted was to be loved. Then Jake comes along and sweeps me off my feet. It was fine. Then I noticed he was disappearing each night and then lying to me when I asked him where he's been. That's when the abuse started. Then I found out about the murders. My law firm gave him the case and told me to investigate it. My law firm gave me the case and told me to investigate. It leads me to the mob and Jake's possible involvement. I knew I had to get out before I ended up dead myself. Now I'm right back where I don't want to be. The door opens and Jake walks back in. He's carrying a tray of food. I don't want anything cooked by him. He sets the tray on the table by the bed and sits on the edge of the bed. When you left, I didn't know what to do. You hurt me, Angel. I still loved you, Jake says. I feel nothing for him. His words don't mean anything to me. I don't want you anymore. Can't you see that? I love someone else, Jake. He gets up and starts walking toward the door, then stops and turns. Mark my words, your new boyfriend will die, Jake yells out. He walks out and closes the door. I can hear it locked from the other side. I need to find a way out of here, but I know he has guards everywhere. When the lights go out tonight, I will find a way. Chapter 12. Jase. We've been flying for an hour. We just made it into Lebanon, Kentucky. This is where our bond led me. I swoop down and land. Once I'm on the ground, I change back into my human form. Joel lands next to me and does the same. What do you want to do, Jase? Joel asks. I need to sleep, but I can't. Angel needs me. We need to ask around about this Jake guy. I don't know his last name. It's going to be hard finding him. I think the law office would be the perfect place to start. Someone there should know where to find Angel. We start walking down Main Street. We walk 3 blocks and end up in front of the law office. I open the door and we walk in. The lobby is small with a desk directly in front of us. There's a woman sitting there and I approach it. The portly woman glances up from her computer and looks at me. She glares at me and that tells me I just interrupted something important. Fuck her. Angel is more important. What can I help you with? She asks. I say, I'm wanting to speak to Angel's boss. It's extremely important. She picks up the receiver on the phone and presses a button. She tells the other person on the other end of the line that he's needed in the lobby. She hangs up and gestures towards the chairs on the left. Joel and I walk over to them and sit down. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long. A few minutes later, a man with gray hair walks in. He walks up to us and holds out his hand. I stand and I shake his. I'm Donald Murphy. How may I help you? He asked. I lower my hand and say, maybe we should take this into your office. He nods and shows us to his office. We walk in and he closes the door behind us. He walks over to his desk and sits down. Please sit and tell me what this is all about, he asks us. We take the chairs in front of his desk and sit down. I'm Jake McKenzie and I'm looking for Angel Leary. She says she worked here, so I thought starting here would help, I tell him. The guy better not mess with me right now. This won't end well if he does. Why are you looking for her? He asks. I lean forward and put my arms on my knees. I need to get this over with. Angel was kidnapped from my cabin. She's in danger and I need to know where she lives. Her husband is behind it, I explain. He rifles through his desk and pulls out a notebook. He jots something down and tears the page out. He hands me the piece of paper. That's her address. You didn't get it from me. Get her back. I knew that husband of hers was no good, he says. I nod and we stand up. I thank him and walk out of his office with Joel right behind me. Time to get my woman back. We need to wait until dark. Don't want anyone knowing we're coming. Let's go get some rest. We'll be needing it. He probably has an army at his disposal, I tell Joel. Joel nods and we head to a motel to get a room and some rest. It's starting to get dark and my dragon and I are feeling the loss of our mate. Not knowing if she is okay is killing us. She's become everything to me in such a short time. When this is over, I'm marrying her. I want that and more. Joel and I shift into our dragons and take off. People know about shifters, but dragons are rare. We head east towards our destination. Hell will rain down on whoever keeps me from my mate. We land near the woods and transform back. We need to go over our plan. Okay, I will take the front and you take it to the sky. Fry anyone that tries to run, I tell Joel. Joel transforms back and takes off. Me, I'm heading straight in. I walk across the lawn to the house. Two men come out with machine guns, so I transform. My dragon is huge compared to Joel's and powerful. I bring my head down and set them on fire. No one else is coming out, so I transform back and walk into the house. It's going to be hard to change in here, so I have to improvise. I walk into what looks like the living room. There's a man sitting on the couch, and Angel is seated right next to him. This must be Jake. I look over at my beautiful mate. She has bruises on her face, and her lip is busted. I can tell she's been crying because her eyes are red and puffy. This motherfucker will pay. Are you okay, baby? I ask Angel. I know she probably isn't, but I still have to ask. I'm fine. He's done worse, she replies. Jake grabs her hair and pulls her to him. It's taking everything in me not to react and kill him on the spot. Jake says, I told you no speaking unless I tell you. I spot Joel coming in from the kitchen. This should be quick and easy. I nod towards him, and he advances. He's to grab Angel and get her out safely. At the same time, I run towards Jake. He gets up off the couch and tries to run out of the side doors, leaving Joel enough time to get Angel out. Get her out of here now, I yell. I don't wait to see if they're out. I need to take care of Jake. I walk over to him and he's standing there trembling like the coward he is. I swing my fist and catch him in the stomach. He buckles as the wind is knocked out of him. I don't give him the chance to recover as I bring my fist up and catch him in the jaw. I can hear bones crunching, but I don't give a shit. I keep going, and by the time I'm done, he's bloody and unconscious on the floor. He's not dead. I'll let the cops deal with him. I need to find Angel, so I head back outside. I look around at the scorched, dead bodies. Joel didn't leave anyone alive. I search for them and find them by the woods. I walk over to them and stop in front of Angel. She's looking down at the ground, so I take my hand and pull her up to look at me. You're safe now, baby. He won't hurt you again, I tell her. She walks forward and wraps her arms around my waist, then curls her body into mine. I bring my arms up and wrap them around her. She's safe and in my arms. I'm not letting her out of my sight again. Let's get out of here before the cops show up, I say to Joel. Joel nods and we transform. I bring my body down to the ground so Angel can climb on. She's weary, so I bring my head down and look at her. She looks at me, then nods and climbs on. Once she's on and seated, we take off. It means a lot to me that she trusts me enough to ride on my dragon. We have 3 hours ahead of us. Maine is home. It's where my mate and I will raise our kids, a home full of love and laughter. She still has a lot to learn about shifter and human matings. When we get home, I'll have to explain it to her. We arrive at my cabin, so I dive towards the ground and land with grace. I lower my body to the ground, and Angel climbs off. Joe lands next to me, and we shift back into our human form. It's time to take her inside so we can talk. I grab her hand and we walk towards the cabin. Once we're inside, I turn on the lights. I direct her to the couch and we sit down. Joel takes the recliner. I turn and look at her. I know she's tired from riding on my back for 3 hours. Her hair is windblown and mussed. But she's still beautiful. Angel, we are mates. When we had sex, it bound us together. I can feel you all the time. That's how I was able to find you, I explained. She looks up at me and smiles. Since we met, she hasn't smiled like she is now. It transforms her whole face. She's amazing. I love you, Jase. I'm happy to be your mate, she replies. I smile and bend down to kiss her on the lips. When our mouths connect, I feel a jolt of electricity. Our bond is complete since she accepted our mating. This woman sitting next to me is my world. We have a long life ahead of us. I don't know where our journey will take us, but I'm prepared for anything that comes our way. Joel is next. Yay, 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 yay. Oh, there she is. There's all about her. Let me just go ahead and review this book while I'm sitting here. All right, you ladies, do your thing and tell us where do you find it and how much and all that good stuff. I hate it when it auto corrects for me. Where can we find it? You guys still there? Hello? Hello? Knock, knock. Do I still have you guys on here? Says I have 4. Hello? Am I talking to myself? There you are. Honey, I can make anything sound funny. I don't know what you're talking about. Plus, you got Larry and Curly on there sitting on each side of you over there. So get the 3 of us together and anything's liable to happen. Yes, we don't get that very often. Thank you, April. I appreciate that. So, do you have any links or anything you can post or anything like that? How much is it? Where can we get it? And all that fun stuff. I think I bought it. It's not much. Like 99 cents or something. I'm one of those people, if I don't put this in there now, I'll do your Amazon $2.99. That'll work. It's also on KU. Okay. Two. All right, ladies. Booyah. All right, I just posted my 5-star review. So there you go, ma'am. All righty. And you too, I expect you to go post your review since she let me read the whole thing. And mystery person out there too, you go post your review, please. Thank you. All righty. And very good. And I can't wait to see what Joel has going. All righty. I guess we're done here now. And I will talk to you guys next week. I don't have anything Sunday, do I, ladies? I don't think so. I think it starts Monday. Bye, April. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. I'll holler at you later. Happy weekend, happy reading, and all that fun stuff. Stay safe. Social distance, please. Thank you.